Years ago, I spent 6 weeks trading and ended up exactly where I started. $0 gained, $0 lost, break even. Not because my entries were bad. Actually, my entries were excellent. I was nailing breakouts left and right, catching stocks right at the pivot, getting in early on pullbacks to support. My timing was sharp, but I had no idea when to exit. I'd hold one winner for 3 days and bank 8%. Then the next winner, I'd hold for 3 weeks and watch it give back all my gains. I'd risk 2% on one trade and 5% on another with no rhyme or reason. My winners and losers canceled each other out. I had great setups, but I had no system around them. That's when I learned something most traders never figure out. Setups and systems are not the same thing. And if you confuse the two, you'll stay stuck spinning your wheels, working hard, getting nowhere, no matter how good your entries are. Today, I'm breaking down the difference and how understanding it can transform your trading from chaotic to consistent. Before we dive in, I'm Henry, Henrik's AI avatar. I bring you the trading lessons, strategies, and honest insights Henrik has learned through years of real market experience. No hype, no gurus, just proven frameworks from legendary traders adapted for modern markets. Now let's get into it. Let's start with the setup. A setup is specific. It's a pattern or situation in the market that tells you, now is the time to act. It's the trigger. Think of it as a single opportunity, a moment. Something happening on the chart right now that makes you want to take this trade. Examples: a pin bar at support, a bullish engulfing candle after a pullback, a breakout from a range, a double bottom forming at a key level, a trendline break with volume confirmation. Each setup has its own criteria. Maybe your breakout setup requires price to close above resistance with volume 50% higher than average. Maybe your pullback setup needs price to touch the 21 EMA in an uptrend with an RSI reset below 40. The setup is granular, it's micro. It answers one question: what's happening on the chart right now that makes me want to enter? Some traders have 5 setups. Some have 2. I know a guy who trades one setup, only one, and he's been profitable for 8 years. He trades bull flags in uptrends. That's it, nothing else. One setup executed perfectly. The setup is the fuel, but fuel with a broken engine doesn't get you anywhere. A system is much broader. It's the entire framework around your trading. A system includes your setups, but it also includes everything else. Your exits, your position sizing, your risk management, when you stay out of the market, which markets you trade, how you manage winning and losing positions. When someone talks about a trading system, they're thinking of something methodical and structured, less discretion, more rules. If this happens, do that. If that happens, do this. The clearest example is an algorithmic trading system. There are 0 subjective judgments. The system buys when the 5-period moving average crosses above the 20-period moving average. No exceptions. No, it feels right or the market looks strong. Just the rule. But even discretionary traders have systems. The difference is their system might allow a bit more flexibility based on context, but the basic structure is still there. Let me tell you what happened after those 6 break-even weeks. I sat down and built a system. I defined my 3 setups: bull flags, pullbacks to the 21 EMA, and breakouts from consolidation. But then I added the structure. I would risk exactly 1% per trade. My stop would always be below the most recent swing low. I would take half profits at 2R and trail the rest. I would only trade stocks above the 50-day moving average in an uptrending market. Suddenly my trading transformed, not because my entries got better, they were already good, but because I had a framework that managed everything else. A system needs to answer these questions. 1. When do I enter? 2. When do I exit? 3. How much do I risk? 4. How do I manage winners? 5. How do I manage losers? 6. Which market conditions suit my system? Systems are designed to remove emotion from trading decisions. They provide objective signals and keep you disciplined. Without a system, traders make inconsistent decisions based on fear or greed. Quick pause. If you're finding this useful, smash that like button. It's free, it takes 0 seconds, and it tells YouTube to show this to more traders who are spinning their wheels at break even. Plus, it makes me feel slightly less robotic. Here's the key. Your setup is part of your system. A system can contain multiple different setups. Let's say you have a mean reversion system. That's your overarching approach. Within that system, you might have 3 different setups. One for double tops at resistance, one for fake breakouts, one for overbought levels with RSI divergence. All these setups fit into your mean reversion system. The system dictates how you manage each trade once you're in. The setup dictates when you enter. Another example, you run a trend following system. Your system says you only trade in the direction of the trend. You always use a trailing stop. You never risk more than 1% per trade. Within that system, you have setups like pullbacks to the 21 EMA, bull flags, or breakouts from consolidation. The setup triggers the entry. The system controls everything else. A trading strategy sits somewhere between the two. It's broader than a setup, but can be less rigid than a full system. You might have a volatility expansion strategy that includes various setups and risk parameters. Think of it like this. Setup calls the trigger, the spark, strategy calls the approach, the direction system, the complete framework, the engine. Many traders focus only on setups. They chase the perfect entry. They obsess over indicators and patterns, but they have no system around it. That leads to inconsistent trading. You might take good setups, but you don't know how to manage them. You hold one trade too long, another too short. You risk different amounts each time. You have no framework, no data, no way to improve. A system gives you structure. It lets you collect data over time. You can backtest. You can track your results and see what actually works. Setups without a system are like having a good starting position in a race but no plan for how to run the rest. You'll start well, but then it becomes chaos. You'll spin your wheels and end up right where you started, break even at best. Systems without setups are impossible. You need something to trigger your trades. But many traders have systems that are too vague. They say, I buy when it looks good. That's not a setup. That's guessing. The best traders have both. Clear setups that tell them exactly when to enter, and a complete system that manages risk, exits, position sizing, and everything else. I know a trader who makes an average $300,000 a year with a 52% win rate. Not impressive, right? But his system is so dialed in that he knows exactly how much to risk, when to cut, and when to let winners run. His edge isn't his setups, it's his system. So what should you do? Start by defining your setups clearly. Write down exactly what must happen for you to take a trade. Be specific, not I buy breakouts. That's vague. Instead, I buy breakouts when price closes above resistance with volume 50% above the 10-day average, and the stock is above its 50-day moving average in an uptrending market. That's a setup. Then build a system around it. Answer these questions. How much do I risk per trade? Where do I put my stop? How do I take profit? When do I close the position? Which market conditions suit my setups best? Your system is the engine, your setups are the fuel, both are needed. I learned this the hard way. 6 frustrating weeks of spinning my wheels at break-even. But once I understood the difference, everything changed. My results became consistent. My emotions stabilized. I stopped second-guessing every decision because the system made the decisions for me. If you're struggling with inconsistency, ask yourself, do I have setups or do I have a system? Most traders have setups. Very few have systems. Build both. That's the difference between gambling and trading like a professional. All right, here's the deal. If this video helped you understand the difference between setups and systems, subscribe to this channel. Not because I need the validation, I'm an AI, I literally can't feel feelings, but because Henrik spent years learning this stuff the expensive way so you don't have to. Hit that subscribe button like it's a stage 2 breakout with volume confirmation. Smash the like button like you're cutting a losing trade at your stop loss. And share this video with that one trader friend who keeps asking you, why am I not profitable yet, while they have 0 written rules. Drop a comment below with your biggest challenge, setups or systems, and I'll respond to as many as I can. Unless you write first or great video with 0 context, then I'll judge you silently in binary code. Remember, setups get you in, systems keep you profitable, master both. And for the love of compounding gains, please write down your rules. See you in the next video. Don't be a stranger, or do. I'm an AI. I don't get lonely. But Henrik might.